before this game number 3. We saw a couple of signs before we went into this game, both referencing KT stopping Gen.G's streak. One of them was a Gen.G fan saying, we're going to get revenge for you stopping our streak last year. Another one was, yeah, KT are the streak stoppers here in summer. The summer of KT on the roller coaster. What's going on here, Gen.G? Little engaged with the Silas level 1. And now the handshake. Flash comes in. Keys is dead.
So they do start this up. BD's gotten Cryo back for a nice trade here at the same time. And that should be the Dragon going over. Like, Canyon is rotating over, but I just don't see him getting here in time.
Yeah, unless he steals.
They should just pull this out of the pit a little bit more, surely.
He's going to see it, and now, I mean, he can just tunnel through and look for it. Yeah, he just flashes over and smites it away. They don't respect it, as well, he's not going to be able to get out of the pit, at least. You see that the team's trying to come over and watch this happen. Flash over the wall, though, and now Cuz just gets bailed out. Looks cool. I admire the heroism, saying, get down, Mr. President, but now Duro's dead, too. And right. KT get 2 kills.
2 kills for KT. That feels pretty good. I'm not sure if that should have happened that way. I do think they could have just pulled the Dragon out of the pit or looked for some more vision control there. As Canyon just walks over and says, yeah, I bet they'd be on Dragon around this timing, and just drop a ward in, and okay, thank you. I'm going to go for the flash 50-50. He gets it, secures it, but then ends up dying because he doesn't have flash, doesn't have his dash anymore, and then Duro looks for the follow-up there. He ends up dying. So a ton of gold in the pockets here of KT Rolster. Fortunately for BD, the woes in this mid lane will continue, despite the fact that he has a kill advantage. Jovi is still harassing him down. He doesn't have boots.
But again, it didn't go the way they hoped.
Well, they do have grub control right now because Jovi continues to have mid prio here. Yeah. And I just don't see any way of Cuz getting in there. Doesn't have flash even though the ult is up.
Just give it away. It's fine.
And it's a Renekton in the side lane, a Victor in the side lane. Definitely not the worst possible scenario, and in fact, you know, now that Smite's been expanded, it looks like they're even going to get 1 grub, as Perfect is getting some side lane done on this Yorick. Grabs a plate for himself. Watching this clash between Titans is amazing. Remember, you know, BDD was the old mid laner of Gen.G. Toby has replaced him. And watching this battle between old and new mid laners is pretty sick, especially with how well Chovy's playing this.
Yeah,
he's giving him no quarter.
It's really cool to see. I mean, this is what I was expecting with the Faker Zeka matchup as well, where I'm like, the Victor just gets to stand there, harass you, and get grasp stacks, and you just don't have any pressure. Silas, generally. Obviously, Faker went a little bit too far forward for the harass. He got punished for it, and the matchup turned out totally different from there. But as you mentioned before, this is the way it's supposed to look. BD's going to stabilize a little bit now that he has Catalyst, but he's still going to be behind pretty severely here, 21 CS. Perfect seems to be having a great time. I say that right as he gets engaged on. In goes Keen with the Dominus. Will he have to flash away? Looks like no cooldowns left here for Keen. Just taking a decent amount of damage from Maiden, but will get the gold from it.
Yeah, I think Keen's pretty happy with how that went.
Yes.
Full Fury will get some heals off the power Q. And Perfect is going to have to wait here and grab this wave. In terms of where everything else, Canyon is...
I want to see this setup.
Holding that Impale he did not use, but keeps holding it, maybe saving it for the next fight as they don't engage. Cloud Soul kind of insane for KT.
Kind of slaps.
It's pretty good for Gen.G
both teams. Well, actually, for both teams, it's insane.
Well, for the concept of the draft here for KT, it is immaculate. Again, very strong for Gen.G, as you mentioned.
It's like a battle of which one is stronger, because they're both amazing. But yeah, I kind of agree that I think it is slightly better for KT. Well, I don't know. It's really close. It's just really good. That's all you need to know. Insane, yeah. It's just really good. It's an amazing Cloud Soul angle.
I think for both teams, there's going to be a ton of value from the move speed out of combat, even. You know, just in the individual Drakes themselves, or rotating around the map, setting up flanks.
Yeah. For the Yorick, you consider. I mean, just even the macro potential of Gen.G and KT, what they're showing tonight. I think it's a really good shot. I mean, if he does just do this. What did he do in game? What game was it? I don't even know what game we're on anymore.
The Ahri. The Ahri build, which Bloodletter's Curse or whatever it's called.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I was meaning, where it's like, oh, Chobi built that. Everybody's going to be building that now.
Yeah, see it in LEC next match.
Yep. I mean, in the LCK next match as well.
EDD, no vision here. But Cuz is here. Maybe a bait.
Oh, a little turn. A little turnerino. A rock throw. All right, well, Going in for this one, we do have the stolen Impale coming in, but locked in the wall goes Canyon, and now he's going to pull in BDD over the wall. Bit of CC goes into him, but everybody on the side of KT is coming up. And so just trading some Impales.
All right, well, we do have more KT here than there is Gen.G now.
Yeah, they want to go for this. Chovy maybe in a little bit of trouble. We'll see the CC chain as Chovy very tanky in this moment. Still has his flash. He's holding on to it. But now Canyon in a lot of trouble. Gets a big impale, but now the Renata holds on top. And it's 2 kills for Duckdom. Just like that. The other culling coming down, but Perfect also here. Even though he is Yorick, they want to go for this Otacon with the man advantage.
Yeah, it's going to be the end of the maiden here. And Ruler is on 2 items right now. Still a relatively safe take, though. You have to imagine with no jungler, they just have to be careful and slow play this. Keen looking for the ult here, but this is...
Look at Cuz's positioning. He's just waiting until the very end to stealth on in and get the kill, and he does get it with the smite. Cuz going in, looking for that bailout, but just going to peel off as Gen.G back away.
Very, very calm and collected take here from KT Rolster. For a moment there, it looked like maybe that was maybe going to be an angle for Keen with his empowered stun. They are going to be able to trade this for a turret at least. Chovy actually going to try to make it 2 turrets, but there's going to be an answering teleport here from BDD, and I don't think Chovy will be able to get the second one. But a very clean dive there.
At Otacon, we do have the Cloud Drake coming up, and Gen.G just going to take it. It looks like KT, they do want to try to collapse, but already a ton of damage is being done. Chovy, a big claw. He still has his flash, but does it matter? He is going to go down, and that's the catch on a Chovy, but the Dragon does go over to Gen.G. It's going to be 2 kills here. KT take it down. Unfortunately for them, there's no Baron, which would have been a huge turn for them, but they're still going to get a bunch of gold and look to push mid.
Yeah, I think they can get this mid turret off of the play. Man, Chovy caught there. Did have his flash, but there was just no backup, no peel. Keen looking at the dodge, but man,
Chovy, yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here. He does not have his flash, but the chains are going to miss, so maybe not so much trouble. It's Perfect. Actually, the guy that's in trouble is Ruler is ganking the Yorick, just like that. Maybe try for the Baron, but it would be risky.
I don't think so. Cuz was trying to back here. They might be able to get the Scuttle Crab, but I think that might be all they can get here. That turret being alive, the fact that that wave was cleared and BDD couldn't get it moments before when he decided to pivot towards topside when they failed to get mid meant they didn't get mid turret, they didn't get top turret, and also it means the gank here on the Chovy does ultimately fail, and they lose the Yorick in the side. As now Keen has full side lane control, does have his teleport online, and I think that's why you can't start Baron here. Even with all the vision control you have, you're just going to be a man down if you went for it there. And also, nothing was used for Gen.G in the defense of the Victor topside. Just walked back to turret and avoided the gank and was fine. If you had used several ultimates, in the defense of the Victor, maybe, and you could see an angle there for KT, but instead we reset back to a relatively even game. I kind of like Gen.G's position here, though, because I feel like all they need is one Baron or this Cloud Soul, and they're going to be unstoppable in this game. It's just so valuable. The lead is so small in gold here that I just prefer the advantage in objectives for Gen.G.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a big argument to be made.
To be careful about getting hijacked here. His positioning has to be phenomenal. Too late. There's the hijack. And they could just go back towards the Dragon here. Chovy's going to TP to mid. And already Duckdom's on the Dragon. BDD's just going to hold the line here with this stolen Alistar ultimate.
Yeah, I don't really know if Gen.G can do anything about this. They're going to try to go for the mid lane turret, but BDD's here. He's level 16. He's unkillable with that Alistar ultimate. It's better Alistar, basically. KT's still trying to set something up as they move over and clear out the wave.
Luckily for Gen.G, the fact that they're the ones on soul pool.
Looks like it was off cooldown just before.
Yeah, it looked like he just maybe used the Alistar ultimate right before.
Yeah, that's probably right.
And then he didn't have his hijack up to steal the Dominus, but used the Alistar ultimate to deal with that gank. Peter's looking for the flash play.
Not the best engaged Renata, but it's still going to catch Ruler, as going underneath the turret does Cuz, as he has to do that after everything missed from Peter, but it was still a good idea. Not quite the Ruler spots, but it's still a Ruler.
All right, this is a Baron angle. I think that's why Cannon decided not to look for the Impale on the Cuz, because if he misses that, he doesn't have the Impale, and they surely lose the Baron.
But Roller doesn't block this ward here.
Yeah. Okay, Renekton pushing mid. Keen does have TP. They're going to have to be super fast with this. While they look for the turn.
Yep, no Renata ults here as well. Stolen Impale. It's going to catch Toby, but the follow-up is denied by Duro. And the counter Impale comes in. No damage, though, Cuz still going to be going down. He has to get bailed out, as he does not actually get bailed out. Double knock up here.
Toby.
Once again, Toby very low. BDD wants the kill. Not the disengage cone. Wow, it's actually going to get him out here just barely. Meanwhile, we got a play up on the top side. Perfect will go down as KT maybe going a little bit deep for this one, and the Baron try gets denied.
BDD flashing but not securing the kill. Doesn't have his flash now. Looks for the re-engage.
To go in. He's got Dominus actually up against 3 people. The game just walks away. And Gen.G, they find the fight they were looking for.
And that is what I was saying. All it takes is one Baron, one Cloud Soul, one fight is going to secure that Baron for Gen.G, and now they're in full control of this game.
Overtake BDD after that last fight, even though BDD has the Rod of Ages. Most damage dealt by the Victor. Not a big surprise, you know, has Leandri's is Victor. We're just going to engage here. Straight onto the Renata. Going pretty deep for this one, as that is a Silas with the Alistair ult. Jovi taking a bunch of damage. Ruler zoned away. Not sure about this fight for Gen.G, as that's going to be 2 kills now. Canyon goes down right before the Dragon. KT are still in this game.
Oh, KT in control of this objective right now. And looks like they're just going to look for the smite on it. There's no contest. There's no enemy jungler. And KT will just take this one away. Gen.G losing a ton of Baron power here as well. And they're looking potentially for a dive here that'll force the teleport out of Chovy. And that will mean that KT walk away. Ruler lives.
Hey.
Puzz picks up the 4K.
He did it.
I was a doubter earlier today. But I was a doubter that KT would bring us to 3. And then KT would look like they were going to win the series. They have not done so yet. We're on a 7. Everything down in a choke point like that as well.
We're engaging your KT.
Chovy, dangerous spot.
Stealing the Impale this time around. The Renata ult's very confusing, but Chovy is still dead. It's just a Chovy dead.
Yeah, Chovy's dead. Keen's looking for destruction of this turret, but a TP will come through from Perfect. And, I mean, maybe Keen could look for the all-in here. It's not going to happen. He gets the turret, picks up the gold. Unfortunately for KT, they end up losing 2 turrets out of this because, yes, you got Chovy, but Gen.G had control of the mid lane, control of the bottom lane, so it looked like a cool play. They cut them in half. They get the kill on Chovy, but can they get more?
What are we doing here? We got a back? Gen.G are pushing?
Yeah, this is a little bit slow here. KT got the inner turret in the top lane, but Gen.G are getting inhibitor turrets, which is way more valuable. And by the time they back, big flubs, their macro has kept them in it. And this turret is still alive.
Somehow, not for very long, I think. I think this time, finally, KT figured it out. They push forward, take a big turret here. And it's hard for me to say any team is in a big enough lead at this point. I really think it will just come down to setup. Like, it's close enough for 35 minutes in. The difference is less than 2,000 gold.
My concern here is that Keen can team fight, and he has a GA, and it's a 2-item Yord. He has tier 3 boots, but he's otherwise not really...
Tier 3 boots.
Okay, he got his Rookern. He can eat a little bit more damage from Chovy now. So he's a 3-item Yorick with tier 3 boots. But I just don't know how relevant he's going to be. The fact that they cleared out that inner and top lane, and that's where he is right now with no TP, means that that's where KT are going to have to leave him, likely. Maybe he could try to trade for an inhibitor if the Drake fight is slow, if we're taking a while to start that one up. If it's a little bit of cryo battle there, the longer he's able to respond there, or the longer that Gen.G are forcing the fight and not responding, maybe he gets something done. But I mean, they just don't have any like pushing wave up there. So yeah, he's up there. And Baron spawns first. Baron is
pretty interesting, actually.
Baron is not a objective I think that KT can start, even with this amount of control they have right now. And I wonder if they slow play it, if someone could just solo the Dragon for Gen.G. It's not going to be Chovy who backs right now.
It would be a big risk if you leave someone on that who doesn't have TP. Definitely got to send... at this point for KT, it would have to be BDD, but that's a slow take for a Silas. It's all about the setup for Baron, it looks like. Tons of vision control here for the side of KT. They're looking for Keen.
Yeah.
But he's able to get away. That's our Renekton with GA, Flash, and level 18, so not going to give it to that play.
Everybody has Flash here on KT. I mean, honestly, all 10 players have Flash. Yeah. It's going to be a wild fight, Valdez.
It's going to be crazy.
Trying to bait the Impale here. Cuz trying to get on top of this Garner. Chovy playing so safe.
Even the Maiden's so tanky now. It's 4K health on the Maiden. And the Dragon's about to spawn here.
Here we go. Gen.G wrestled that Prio away.
They're sending Duck Dom, but no vision?
No vision.
They started it. And KT, they know they got to push into this, but they just don't know what's on the other side. Bit of damage comes in, but it's only half health for now. BDD on the flank.
Perfect TP to the fight. BDD on the flank looks for Chovy.
Yeah, but damage goes into him. It's just a flip. It goes over to Canyon. But now we got the counter Impale coming in. Big knockup from Duro, but where's the damage? Ruler is tipping through Cuz. The first one to go down. Ruler's okay, but Canyon getting low himself. BDD will be taken out by Ruler as Ruler looking for the double and will chase them down. KT. They get called on the bluff of the Baron. Gen.G, they take down the Baron, and they might just take this game. Perfect and Peter still on the run. It doesn't look like they will go down, but the push is now coming in.
45 seconds. I think this game is done. Mid is open, and Ruler and Canyon will push to end it. Chovy with a fantastic zone is there in that last moment. And it looks like this time KT will not stop Gen.G, at least so far here on their perfect run. 16 will become 17 as Gen.G remain undefeated.
KT giving so much hope, bringing it to 39 minutes in